please don't be like this company. Last week I called them and I said, okay, I want to switch from cooking on gas to induction. And they are like, yeah, that's possible. You can change the energy system in your house to induction. That's fine. We will do that for you, and we make sure you can connect your stove with induction in your kitchen as well. That's the first thing we will do. And I'm like, okay, great. And then we will switch off the gas. So the plumber comes and we will switch off the gas. And when they do that, then we call the power company and then we will make an appointment to switch you into the induction part. And I'm like, okay, but how long will that take? And why not make the appointment now? So after the plumber leaves, we can switch to induction, or even better, first switch to induction and then cut off the gas. And they are like, no, that's the normal process, and we don't know how long it takes after the plumber leaves before you can start cooking with induction. I'm like, okay, so maybe hours. And they are like, no, maybe days or weeks. And other people are complaining about this, but it's just the way we work. And I'm like, no. It's not possible companies work like that. It's not possible. But it is like that because a lot of companies just are funded with loads of money from taxpayers, or I don't know where they get the money from. Because if a normal commercial company works like this, and they are working like this, maybe even your company works like this. That's why I'm recording this video, because this sounds too silly, but in most businesses there are processes that are working in the same way, or even in a different kind of way, but not optimal. So now I will call them today, or they will call me today, and I will explain what the more easy way is. And I just said, okay, but if the plumber comes to switch off the gas, I just won't open the door. I keep the door closed until the power company makes the switch, and then I will let the plumber in, and then I can fix the problem myself. And the woman on the phone start laughing, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm serious. I cannot wait with cooking for days or weeks. I need my food. I need my meat. I need my meat not raw. I need to bake it, of course. Yeah. So it's like that. But there are a lot of businesses working in the same way. There are processes in place that are just built in a way, and nobody is looking anymore for that process. Well, most processes are not necessary, and they are built because there was a problem, and then you build a process for the solution, and when the solution is met, the process becomes more important. So there are teams and employees and even customers focusing on the process. No, the process must work better. But most of the time, the problem it solved maybe is solved in another way, maybe is not even a problem for people. So the process becomes the problem, and the focus on the process is the biggest problem. So before optimizing your process, start asking yourself, do we need this process? And then ask yourself, why do we need this process? I was reading the book of Elon, and he told me in the book that there was a whole division working on some safety issue, some fire safety issue, but the division was thinking it was working on noise reduction. So they were talking later, when Elon found out they were talking to the noise reduction company and the division, and the noise reduction division thought, okay, yeah, but it's a safety for a fire safety thing. And it wasn't the case. It was not for fire safety. And the noise reduction division didn't even need that solution. So they left out that solution that wasn't even a solution. It became a problem because it costs a lot of money and a lot of people working on a solution to give it better noise reduction, but it was not necessary. And even the battery team was working on the noise reduction part. It's crazy. So the noise reduction team, they just did a test with and without their solution, and it didn't even matter. So they could skip the whole division, the whole team, because they were building a solution that was not even necessary. So it costs money, and there are so many processes in business that are not necessary. They are making more problems. And I know why this is, because entrepreneurs are problem solvers. We like to solve problems. So what do we need to solve problems? We need problems. So we are going to look for problems to solve. But most problems you want to solve are not even problems. And if you try to solve a problem and you solve the problem, which wasn't even a problem, then you created another problem because you have to optimize the solution. So you start optimizing the solution, but that solution wasn't even necessary. So that's the crazy loop a lot of entrepreneurs are in. So what I want you to ask is, look at your processes. Look at your solutions you've created and look at the one thing you want to do for your customers. So in the case of Elon Musk, it was like, okay, we brought Tesla, and with Tesla we want to bring people from A to B with not too much noise. So therefore is the noise reduction team. And of course in a safe way. Yeah. But you have to watch out that the solutions you create are not solutions for problems which aren't there. So of course noise reduction is part of building a car, but you have to think about it in a way like, okay, why does the car even brings noise? Why does a car make noise? So the noise reduction team can focus on every part of the car and make every part of the car more silent, or it can ask, okay, why is this part even there? And when every person in your company thinks that way, when every team will think that way, and yeah, that's hard because you always have to think, okay, what I'm working on, is that necessary or not? So if you say no, then maybe you don't even have a job. But it's your job to kill your own job, always. So it's really like that. Look at your own company, find the one thing you try to solve for your customers, and the most simple way to solve their problems is by eliminating almost all processes. Almost every part that stands between the solution for your customer and the customer, you need to kill it. And sometimes you even have to admit that you try to solve a solution, to solve a problem for your customer, while they don't even have a problem with it. Because sometimes we think about things like, yeah, they find this a problem. But when you ask your customers, it can be, they will say, okay, these are not even problems for me. We have these problems, so focus on solving these problems, not the problems you think they have. And if you are a problem solver, try to understand that you are going to look for problems to solve, because that gives you a good feeling. But it's not always the right step to do.